Hey, hey, hey. Guess who's back? I know you guys are like, didn't we just see you yesterday? Yep, and you are seeing me again. So hang tight while I wait for a few other people to come on in the room, and then I'm going to share with you some amazing stuff that I got um, for my girls, for my Endo sisters. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Thanks for joining in. Hey, Lashana, thanks for chiming in. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for a few more people to come into the room, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about some amazing resources, a couple of good free ones. Hey, Samantha, that we have going on for Endometriosis Awareness Month. So give me just a couple seconds, and then I'm going to jump into it because I don't want you guys to miss the amazing resources that we have. And these are for any endo sisters, any of you guys who know that you have endo for sure. If you have a friend, a sister, a family member who has endometriosis, these resources are going to be a great um, thing for you to give for them for support. If you have a partner, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend who you find it difficult to explain endometriosis to, or that relationships cause a little bit of complications in your relationships, this is going to be a great resource for them as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we've got a couple people here in the room. And so I'm just going to get started by talking about the wonderful free resource that we have. And it's this. This is an amazing brochure, and it is called Endometriosis and You. And the reason I kind of have this covered up a little bit is because apparently Facebook does not like the word sex. And so I don't want the video to get flagged or pulled down or taken down. But this is an amazing resource. Those of you who have followed my um, symposium that I do every year, or the Wellness Expo, know that I have partnered with an amazing company here in Chicago called Early to Bed. And the owner, Searah Deysach, she is the number one rated sex educator here in Chicago. And we have put together kind of like a mini seminar within the seminar that talks about dealing with endometriosis and intimacy. And last year, the last year that I had the expo in 2016, we got together and created this amazing brochure that gives some tips and some resources for women and their partners who are affected with endometriosis, because, as many of you know, painful sex, lack of sex, difficulty having sex, decrease in sexual desire is one of the major reasons why breakup in relationships happen between women with endometriosis and their partners. I have talked to dozens of women whose husbands have left them, boyfriends have left them, partners, significant others, lovers have left them due to the complications that endometriosis can cause in their intimate love life. So this is a great, neat little brochure. And if you can see here, it says tips and advice for keeping it sexy when your body isn't feeling its best. So just to take a peek inside, if any of you ladies have ever taken Lupron or any hormonal treatments, you know that it causes all kinds of chemical and hormonal imbalances. And so one of the things is, and one of those effects, hey Norman, we have a guy on the line. We have a couple of guys on the line. So hey, you guys, stick around because you're going to get some really good info here too. So one of the major effects of all the hormonal treatments can be dryness for the woman. And so she gives great tips about different types of lubricants, both water based and silicone based, that are safe and effective. It's not going to interfere with any of the medications that you're taking. Very pH friendly, vegan friendly, cruelty free. So it's not only good for you and your partner, but it's safe for your body, and it's good for the environment as well. She also talks about tips for when your body is just not feeling up to it. You know, decreased libido. Sometimes the woman, the desire is there, but just the physical ability to perform is absent. And I know that can cause a lot of frustration with the partner. So here she talks about just tips for the guys and girls too, I've come to find out. Just about being patient, with your partner, having conversations with your partner to discover and discuss, are you really craving sex or are you craving intimacy? The two are always not one in the same, right? And she also talks about, tips for handling yourself when you're by yourself. That happens. We know that sometimes being intimate with a partner is difficult. And so, you know your body better than anybody else. You know what hurts, you know what feels good. And sometimes it's helpful to kind of have that self exploration, and then you can kind of communicate that and convey that to your partner. So she gives tips and information about how to do that as well. And then lastly, we talk about in the brochure is my favorite part, fun ideas for times when penetration is not an option. One of my favorite takeaways from the seminars that we do in person is Searah teaches us that sex or intimacy is not always taking something and putting it inside of something else. And that's what most people tend to think about when you think about sex or intimacy. And sometimes, whether it's the pain, whether it's the bleeding, whether it's just you're emotionally down, sometimes it's just not an option. I know, speaking for me, transparent moment. There was a period of time in my endometriosis where I bled very heavily, very copiously every single day for about 7 months. Bled through everything, clothes, sheets, towels. So, sexy time was just definitely not happening in terms of, taking something and putting it inside of something else, right? And for most people, the natural go to or fallback or takeaway for that is they jump to, oral. And sometimes that's not, a thing either, because it can get old, it can get boring. And so she gives some really great ideas here for what to do. Things like, a sensual massage or taking bubble baths together, using blindfolds. She also talks about using toys and accessories. And I know a lot of men like, oh, balk at the idea of that. But if you've ever gone to the seminar in person, she has some really, really neat, really cool stuff that I think a lot of the guys will dig, and the women will certainly find it fun. If you guys check out the Fighting Fiercely Facebook page, there's actually a video of the seminar that Searah and I did a couple years ago, and she actually gives some demonstrations of some of the toys and accessories there. So check that out. And then the final piece, which is kind of serious here that we address in the brochure, is painful intercourse. On the video that I did yesterday talking about Orlissa, that is one of the hallmark symptoms of women with endometriosis is painful intercourse. And what I love is that Searah in her shop, she has items or toys or accessories, whatever you want to call them. They are designed for fun and pleasure, but a lot of them are actually designed to assist in helping and alleviating and decreasing pelvic pain. So if you guys live in Chicago, in the city, Searah's shop is called Early to Bed, and she's at 5044 North Clark, 5044 North Clark. And she has some amazing toys. Again, check out the video. I saw a great accessory that it's for the woman, and you kind of put it on like a baseball mat, and the inside of it is nice and soft, and it has all of these like little ridges in it, and you turn it on and it vibrates and it heats up and it warms up, and you can kind of like use it on your guy when penetration is not an option, or he can use it on himself, whatever you guys may be into. But so that's the brochure that we have, and we give these away free all year long. So if, like I said, if you're in the city, you can stop by Searah's shop and pick some up. But I'm also sending these out all month long for free. If you want to pick up some or give these to somebody that you know or love or care about, or support someone with endo, you can get these. Just send me an email. All you have to do is drop me an email at fightingfiercely@gmail.com and just put Endo Intimacy Brochure in the subject line, and I'll mail these out to you. If you want to check out Searah's shop, check out some of the products and accessories that she has, you can check out her website. And I know that for a lot of some of the things, she offers free samples as well. If you want to know more about the detailed information that I give about tips for keeping intimacy strong in my book, Fighting Fiercely, you can visit my website at fightingfiercely.com. So I just wanted to hop on really quick and give you that information. This is an amazing resource, and it's free. It's absolutely free. And it will be of a great benefit, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally, for the woman that you love, the person that you love that has endometriosis that you guys are in relationship with. So just want to do that. And before I log off, I told you guys I was going to keep you abreast of all the awesome things that we have going on this month. And next week, I'm super excited. I am partnering with an amazing endo sister and friend of mine, Samantha Bowick. She is a fellow endo sister. She's also a chronic disease ambassador with me for endometriosis with the Chronic Disease Coalition. She is also the author of an amazing endometriosis resource book. Her book is called Living with Endometriosis, The Complete Guide to, and I just lost my spot. But the good news is she's here on the live. So I'm actually going to take just a minute and have Samantha come on. We are going to partner together, and next week we're going to bring you a live webinar where we're going to be tackling and tearing down some of the most common myths of endometriosis. So hopefully technology will cooperate with us, and I'm going to invite her to see if we can pop her into the broadcast really quickly. Let's see if we can get her on here. Just a minute. Samantha, are you there?
I don't know what we did different, but
it worked. We wanted to do this guy a couple days ago, which is having all kinds of problems. But first, I messed up the name of your book. Just take a couple minutes.
It's a long name.
Right, and just introduce yourself and tell people about your book and where they can get it.
Yeah, so my name is Samantha Bowick, as Michelle said. I am the author of Living with Endometriosis, The Complete Guide to Risk Factors, Symptoms, and Treatment Options. You can purchase a signed copy from me at my website at samanthabowick.com or Amazon or any bookstore. So I decided to write about my journey with endometriosis in about 2013, and I also include medical information in it as well.
Awesome. And tell us about the event that we're going to be doing next Thursday.
Yeah, so we are actually going to be tackling some myths that are part of endometriosis and discussing why they are myths.
Awesome. So you guys mark the date. It's going to be next Thursday, the 14th.
Right.
And it's going to be 6 p.m. Central Time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to say bye to Sam. I know she's got a run. But thanks, Sam, for popping in.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you Thursday.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay. So I just want to go over those resources one more time. The free brochure.
Endometriosis and you can get that free from by emailing me at fightingfiercely@gmail.com, or if you guys are on the north side of the city in Chicago, you guys can pop into Early to Bed. There's the Fighting Fiercely website, www.fightingfiercely.com. You can check out the virtual intimacy and endometriosis session that I did with Searah, where she actually demonstrates. You can see some of the items there. Her web address is earlytobedshop.com. That's early, the letter 2, bedshop.com. And she has some free samples of different things that I know the lubes come in samples that you can try those out as well. And then Samantha Bowick's, her endometriosis resource, Living with Endometriosis. You can find it on Amazon, and you can find out more about her and her awareness efforts at samanthabowick.com. So that's it, you guys. Just wanted to pop in really quickly and talk to you about some awesome resources that we have. So I hope that some of you guys find this helpful. As always, I hope you were educated, enlightened, and empowered by it. And watch your emails, watch your social media. Sam and I are going to be putting out some posters, some little digital snippets to remind you guys about next Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be tackling and knocking down myths about endometriosis. Hopefully you guys can join us. Hey, Rebecca. This is gonna be pinned to the Fighting Fiercely page. Gonna upload this to YouTube. Gonna include it in my watch party. So if you're just coming in and you missed it, you can go back and catch it there. So not gonna hold you guys that long, but we know that it's important. So I just wanted to touch on that and let you guys know that that intimacy doesn't have to fall by the wayside just because you have endometriosis. You don't have to have a loveless love life. There are options. There are alternatives, and there are a ton of ways to keep it sexy without taking something and putting it into something else. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Keep fighting, keep watching the pages, and keep getting educated, enlightened, and empowered about endometriosis. Talk soon. Love you guys.